Om Shrutismrutipurāṇānaṁ ālayam karuణālayam namāmi bhagavatpādam Shankaram lokashankaram Shankaram Shankarācāryam Keshavam Bhattarāyanam Sutrabhashya kritau vande Bhagavantau punah punah Sadashivasamarambam Shankarācārya madhyamam अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वै ऋकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः We are studying Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, 33rd verse in the second section of kārikā. Gaudapada Acharya has written a profound text called kārikā based on Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Remember, Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is not man-made. It is apaurushaya. Any Upanishad, not written by any individual being, is called apaurushaya. Any individual concept is always have the potential to have some defects. Based upon the personality of the individual, in which signs they are extraordinary, they are brilliant, they are talent. Based on that only they can write any kind of text or any explanations. So any man-made or an individual project is always subject to have some defects. Upanishads are not written by anybody like other religions have their scriptures written by their highest orders of personalities. But Upanishads, they are not written by any religious leaders, or it's not meant for a particular group of people. Upanishad is a text which is meant for the freedom of all living beings, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, regardless of age, regardless of which plane you are having, whether you are in heaven, whether you are in earth, whether you are in anywhere in the world. This text will be purposeful if a person can go through that with a total commitment, and for a length of time. It is very much important that one should have the staying power to stay in the vision for a length of time, or to study under a teacher for a length of time in whom you believe. Total belief. This text, what he or she is teaching me, will help me throughout my life and after that also. That belief is essential as a starting point. In Sanskrit, it is called Shraddha. You have total belief in your teacher and the scriptures. What is the mission of the scriptures, which we saw in the last kārikā? Mission of the scriptures, the duty of the scriptures are to reveal the nature of the listener. Why I emphasize the word listener? Because the teacher already accomplished the fact. And those who are not listening are not going to have any result for them. So listener is only the person who is going to receive the fruit, the result. So the listener, Shraddhavan Purushaha, a person who has certain commitment towards the teacher and towards the scriptures, and he surrendered towards the feet of the teacher, and he or she is ready to listen what he says. That person, this person get an information from his teacher, what is told in the scriptures. What is the mission? What is the duty of the scripture? Pramana Vyaparam. What you study in the scriptures. Scriptures don't create any illusion inside the listener, as other religion used to create some illusion by saying certain rules to be done, by saying certain rules not to be involved, do's and don'ts. This scripture is something different, not like other religious scriptures. It just reveals your nature. What is your real nature? The intrinsic form of the listener. That we already know. We are a human being. This is an illusion from the standpoint of highest reality. As a listener, I need to go through the entire teaching. Any doubts can be clarified after listening the whole teaching, not in the midst of the way. Why? Because pending understanding creates a lot of confusions. Why you told like that? That question will be answering in the coming days. That is why for a length of time one should listen the teacher. Teacher will reveal what is told in the scriptures, and the scriptures are going to say that you are immortal. You are the origin of happiness. You are free from all kinds of defects which are pertaining to the body. Because body is only an illusion which is imposed on the reality. To understand that, you need a length of time. That is why the teachers used to say, at least 12 years one should study from the sunset to sunrise, sunrise to sunset. From morning to evening, they listen and they go through the sentences in the night and go to sleep. Again, we will start. There was a schedule like that in our country before 400 years. In you live along with your guru or the teacher and you study all the things and you do certain things along with the studies so that you can eat something and you will study and you will go to sleep, and after a length of 12 years you are capable to see the truth. So scriptures reveal the origination, the original form of a human being, the real form of a human being. Other living beings are being excluded. Why? There is no teaching for them. There is no listening for them. So only human beings can communicate and listen, and they can assimilate the knowledge. So the listener, from the teacher, he listens that he is immortal. Not only he is immortal, he is identical to all the living beings. Also, he is identical to the creator from the standpoint of the content, from the standpoint of the reality. Thus, the truth is being revealed by the scriptures. It will help the listener to take away all kinds of incidental attributes like I am happy, I am sad now, I am a tall guy. All these incidental attributes pertaining to the duality, which is the body, is only an illusion. When we know the truth, we have only one word to say: I am not this. I am not this. I am not this. I am not the body. I am not the personality. I am not human being. I am not the created. In Sanskrit, the scripture says, Neti neti iti vakyena. When you get the truth properly, you have only one sentence in your mouth. I am not a teacher. I'm not a disciple. I'm not a tradesman. I'm not son. I'm not father. I'm not husband. I'm not a woman. I'm not any other thing in the world. All these things are being taken away by the understanding of the knowledge. That is how the Shuddhi works. The scriptures work in one's life. When the job is finished, even you will give up the scriptures. Like, when you reach the height, you give up the ladder. You don't carry the ladder all the way. You took a ladder to climb to a certain place and you do the things there without having the ladder behind you. So once the truth is revealed by the scriptures, you understood completely, and you are that Param Brahma, the non-dual consciousness. After knowing this, even the scriptures not a liability. There is no liability for anybody in this world. You have only some attachment towards your teacher. Nothing else can make you cry. Because the non-dual Brahman will give you a stability in your vision towards the world, towards the people, towards the movable things, towards your family, towards all the things in the world. A stable vision. I am Brahman. All these things are verily Brahman. Nothing is capable to make me attract, but everything command respect from me. They will get the respect because everything being Brahman. So, a person who is informed will have a particular way of outlook towards the world. He will bypass all the names and forms and he will only have this perception towards the content. That is why scriptures also do its job and walk away. Once you get the highest vision, you will give up all kinds of incidental attributes by saying, I am not this, I am not this. We already saw in the last class what the scriptures will do, what the scriptures are going to do in our life. Now, again, continuing the same message in this verse also. We'll see. Verse number 33. Bhavaihi asatbihi eva ayam advayena cha kalpitaha bhavaha api advayenaiva tasmat advayata shiva. Once more I will read. Bhavaihi asatbihi eva ayam advayena cha kalpitaha bhavaha api advayenaiva tasmat advaita shiva. Bhavaihi, various names and forms. Through various names and forms. Asatbihi, which doesn't have any reality apart from its appearance. Asat, something you can perceive, but there is no reality for them. This is called Asat. Every name and form is unreal. Every name and form. Whether our father, whether our mother, whether our teacher, whether a dog, whether a matchbox, whether the star, all these are a form and a name. But from the standpoint of highest reality, these are all unreal. There are three rules to know what is unreal. Anything which is changing is unreal. This is the first rule. You apply any one of the rule and you got the idea, that's enough. Anything which change in course of time is unreal. Like our body. Very beautiful rule. You should remember this. How can we say a thing is unreal? This is the question. You apply three rules. When you see a thing is getting modified, it is unreal. Now, second rule, which has a birth, is unreal. Even the solar system. If you connect with a date when the solar system is born, then that solar system itself is unreal. What is subject to birth is unreal. Remember, three rules are there. First two rule, something getting modified in course of time, ever changing, is unreal. Second, what is having a birth is unreal. Third is very important, which is needed for our teachings. Something resolved into the cause is unreal. Something which resolved into the cause is unreal. A product which doesn't have its own existence, when we put an inquiry whether it exists or not, when it resolved to the cause, karanam, and it's unreal, even though it appears as though real. Like a pot, a steel pot, an iron lid, it will survive more than a human life. Still it is unreal. Why? Anything in the world, if you put an inquiry, it will resolve into its karanam. The product get resolved into the reason or the cause. So these three facts are enough for a beginner or a listener to understand what is unreal in the world. Compared to human being, a turtle will survive 700 years. Still it is unreal because it got a birth in some seashore. When I say turtle, turtle has certain importance in the life, Sea turtles play a big role in our environment sustenance, Lot of things are there. A turtle command respect. Not only our care and gentle way of warming them. They travel according to the magnetic aura of the earth, field of the earth. They can sense. They come to the exact place to lay the eggs where they born after 30 years. Suppose a turtle was born in India in a seashore. There are certain seashore in India and all around the world. Olive Ridley turtle, very famous turtle. They travel all around the world for 20 years or 25 years. At last, they come to lay their eggs where they were born before 25 years. An amazing fact. Even the people get wondered, one who study on them, research on them, how they reach the exact place. This gathering is called Aribada in Portuguese, something like that. This gathering has been a project now to protect them, the legs, eggs, etc., etc. It's a very beautiful animal whose our main backbone is inside. The only living being whose backbone is outside its shell. And it can survive for 700 years, they say. Turtles are very famous for the sustenance of the prosperities and money in our astrological rumors. You keep a turtle in order to protect your money not to go from your house. Chinese astrology Chinese astrology gives more importance towards the turtles. Fine, let it be. Now come to the point. A turtle, when it compared to the human being, 10 times it has lifespan than a human being. More than human being. But that doesn't mean that it is permanent. It got a birth so that it will have a date of death. So any name and form in the world, even the solar system, is subject to disappear on particular date. Get resolved. Very important, one should know that any living being in the world, when you get attached, it's a very big issue, correct? We are all having puppies, dogs, cat, etc., in our house. Reality, you should remember always, they are subject to death any time because they are very soft life forms, not like human beings. You cannot take them hospital immediately. You cannot inquire them what is going on in your health. Are you feeling okay? We cannot communicate them. So they are very soft life creatures, They die in certain time. When that time, you should not worry about that. These things should help you. Any name and form is subject to death. It will resolve after a period of time. That is why it is called asat or amritam. They are not real. Unreal they are. Advayena eva cha kalpitaha. Indeed, they come to exist in the world due to the backup of reality, due to the base of reality. Any product, any superimposed form can only come to being when there is a cause. Without the cause, it cannot come into being. So that the reality is there in order to show the names and forms. The reality being their substratum in order to show I am an old man I'm an old woman. I am healthy. I am unhealthy. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I'm a teacher. I'm a sage. I'm a professional. I'm a scientist. In order to say that all these incidental attributes, there should be something behind that. The substratum without a changing being there, all the names and forms have a appearance for our eyes. They are there to perceive by us. Because we don't know what is the substratum of each and every name and form, we take them as though they are name and form right from the childhood onwards. I am a human being. I'm a social being. Like me, a lot of human beings are there around me. And there are people other than me. So duality is accepted right from the childhood. Through the good deeds, one acquire punya. A result which will end up in studying scriptures. The values, universal values. Universal values. It's very, very important. One should perform any one of the value till the last breath. It can be ahimsa, non-hurting any other creatures. It can be dana. You give something in the form of money, clothes, food, shelter for the right people. It can be for a person who is wanting for that, who don't misuse that. It will be nice to give for the learned people than samsaric people, Those who will be very careful to give your money for the right things, not for liquor and cigarettes. So, danam, you donate certain things for the right people every month from your income. Satya vajanam, saying the truth till the last birth. You are not a person who is having conflicts in your mind. I am thinking something, I am talking something, I am doing something. A lot of conflicts. A person who has an alignment with the work, with the words, and with the thoughts, they are in tune. All these values, lot of values are there. This will make the person to be qualified to know the reality. The preparation is done by all these qualities when you perform. Thus, you get connected with the reality. Then that person will come to know that these names and forms are only superimposition on the base which is consciousness. Because of the consciousness or the conscious entity, it seems to be conscious, the body. Body is actually inert. Same way, anything in the world is inert, what you see in your eyes. Due to the samsargam, contact with the sentient entity, it seems to be alive. It seems to be conscious. Really speaking, all the names and forms have only the capacity to be inert. Whether it is my mother or your mother, whether it is my father or your father, whether it is my car or your car, whether it is stars or whether it is anything in the world moving or unmoving, immovable things, all are inert. All are inert. Inert things seems to be moving because of the contact with the conscious entity. It's very important that to have an example in your life to remember this. A coffee jug or a coffee cup is so heat due to the contact with the coffee. That coffee became heat due to the contact with the fire. So fire being the ultimate reality in heating everything, the contact with the fire made the coffee to heat, and the coffee which was being poured in the cup became heat. And it is too hot now. Heat. A heated cup became more hot for a person to hold. So the contact of everything will make the things alive or sentient. In real, nobody is sentient. Our eyes are inert, our ears are inert, our nose is inert, our mouth is inert, our stomach is inert, entire body is inert. But they have the capacity to see, to know what is going on in the kitchen, the fragrance, the taste, the touching, the feeling. The mind is working due to why? Whose presence? Due to the entity's presence. The conscious entity being there and which is formless and is not known, so that we perceive as a human body. That is what here it is told, asatbihi bhavaihi. What are being perceived in the world through names and forms, all are centered on the non-dual Brahman, Advayena. Advayam, non-dual, which is not separate. The conscious is one and the same in the entire world. Non-dual Brahman, Advayena. On this, all the superimposition happened. So when there will be a question from an intelligent seeker, when this Srishti, the creation started, how the superimposition happened? Aryanam Srishtau Namati. The intelligent people are not interested to fetch the date of creation or how, when the superimposition happened. When you are focusing your goal, and these questions and answers will not constitute anything towards the goal, You just give up. Like that, somebody asked, Swamiji, in the previous birth, what was myself? What was there with me and which birth I took? Can you see the astrology and tell to me? It's very easy. But the point is, what it will constitute your present birth? This is the question. Suppose I say you are a donkey in the you were a donkey in the previous birth. This answer is not going to give any contribution to your present life. Even I say you are a queen, very beautiful queen in Russia in the previous birth. That answer will not give any contribution towards the present life. By knowing what has gone before, what contribution is going to give in this present life? The same answer. What is the point of seeing which date the creation happened? What is the point of finding out what are the base things in the creation? We are not against any science rules or laws. Any geological person can dig and find out everything. Even carbon-14 experience, you apply on a substance and you can find out the life, which is the date it started. All these things belong to the realm of duality pertaining to anatma. By knowing the exact date of creation, what's the point? By knowing the exact date of anything in the world, it will not contribute anything towards my goal. My goal is to be free from all kinds of sorrows. By knowing that exact date, I will not be free from all the sorrows, correct? No. My goal is to get liberation from the death and birth cycle. So I should know I am the non-dual Brahman, non-dual self. By knowing any other things in the world, I will not be free from all my problems. But I come to know I am the non-dual self. Immediately, I will be free from all kinds of issues pertaining to this human body. Because a mistaken identity was making me so much worried in my life. When I am this body, it's a mistaken identity. And it was giving lot of pressures around me. I have to get married. I have to find out a good man. I should have 3 children. I should have a home. I should have a car. I should buy a beautiful apartment. I should get into a new job. My responsibilities I should complete, and I should go to my teacher. All these things are there loaded with a lot of pressures, All are pertaining to one human body. That is why people are having heart attack, They are carrying unwanted thoughts like in the form of responsibilities. Our own prarabdha, the destinies are unchangeable. Anything pertaining to my life itself is unchangeable. How can you change others' life? It's a bluff. Whether it is your grandmother, whether it is your grandfather, whether it is your dog. I have a kitten. I always keep the kitten inside my house. I don't want to allow the kitten to go outside the house because dogs are there everywhere. And the street dogs are very much fond of kitten and they will kill in 10 seconds. Any moving things, dog will find. Street dogs. They are not trained. They are not. It's their nature. I'm not against any street dog. I love them. But my kitten, without my permission, when I am not attending that, it goes outside. One day it never came back. It didn't come back. And I assumed that it was being killed by the street dog. I can only worry for 2 days. After that, I should accept the reality. Life is like that. Every responsibility, you cannot inform them, you should not go outside the house. It's their nature. In the night, they want to go outside. They are nocturnal. Cats are nocturnal. So, I cannot worry about somebody's fate. We have to live for the fate. I have mercy for them. And I am sorry for the incident happened. But I have to accept the reality. It will be very easy to accept the reality when you have the base of scriptures. I cannot change my own incidents in my life. How I can change somebody's incidents happening in their life? So you will not have the pressure in the form of responsibilities, in the form of anything in the world. It's very important. Very important. So all these names and forms are nothing but unreal objects. This itself will cut the attachment towards the boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, family members, son, etc., etc. I love trees. I am so much attached towards the trees. Even a small branch is being taken by somebody or broken by somebody, I get upset. But there are gooseberries and they come and they fetch and they they break the small branches. Unwanted, they fetch pluck the flowers. I love flowers in the trees. But without my permission, when I am not attending certain things, they do all these things. I have to accept it. I cannot be upset on that. I cannot myself change my own destiny. How come I am going to change my other's fate? So when you have the base of the scriptures, when you understand thoroughly each and every verse, advayena cha kalpitaha, all the names and forms are fake. We need not to get attached towards the fake identity. Superimposed form. Kalpitaha, imagined. They are imagined due to our ignorance. After getting the knowledge, how I will deal with the names and forms, you play a role along with them. Because suppose you are a girlfriend of somebody. You know that you are Param Brahma. But your boyfriend don't have any idea. He is from Uruguay or he is from Japan. And you study certain scriptures and you know that you are non-dual Brahman. You cannot say to your boyfriend, I am non-dual Brahman, I am not a girl, I am not interested in any kind of living a life in this world. That's not the way. Na buddhi bedam janayet ajnanam karma sankhinam. Joshayet sarva karmani vidwan yukta samachara. Don't make confuse of ignorant people. You play a role. You are intrinsic entity which never change. You know that, but others don't have any idea. So you have to keep moving along with them. And you are not attached with anybody. You have certain things to do with this body. Like Adi Shankara wrote the commentary before 1200 years ago. Suppose imagine he was thinking, I am the non-dual entity. There is no kartrutvam or bhoktrutvam. There is no doership or enjoyership. So I will not do anything. There are Mahatmas. We are free from all kinds of kartrutva, bhoktrutva, and they are not involved in anything. That is a way of life. But he has done all the things what he can do with the body. So this is the way to live in the world. Don't create any confusion among the ignorant people. Your father and mother don't have any idea that you are an immortal Brahman. Why you are going to confuse them? So that is the way to deal with the world and people. You play the same role, but you are now wise. You are a liberated person. The pot came to know even my destruction will not make me any worries because I am the mud, I am the clay, I am not the pot. So I can play a beautiful role. So the hero will play one of the beautiful role than an original beggar if he plays a role of a beggar. Why? Because he know that he is not a beggar at all. The same way you play the role. Any role, what is incidental towards you. So, kalpidaha, imagined names and forms are identical towards the non-dual entity which is Brahman. Bhavaha api advaye naiva. Even though they are very dissimilar, bhavaha api, these objects, these names and forms are dissimilar in this world. But we need not to consider their dissimilarity. They are all centered on one entity which is non-dual. Like the water has different forms. We can see steam, we can see vapor, we can see ocean, we can see rivers, we can see dewdrops, we can see pond. Names and forms are dissimilar in purpose and dissimilar in their location. Everything is very much dissimilar. The point is, from the standpoint of its content, the essence of each and every name and form will end up in one single entity, water. That entity is the content of all names and forms. The dissimilarity is sublimated. When I make a statement that everything is nothing but water, what is perceiving is been sublimated. I continue to see as an ocean. I continue to see as a dewdrop. I continue to see as a river. But my knowledge sublimates all names and forms. After getting the knowledge, it appears to be river. There will not a sudden change because you got an information about the entity, so it will get changed. No, because something which never existed at any point of time will not change because it is not real to change. What is appearing right in front of me, in front of my eyes, never get changed because it never existed at any point of time. A non-existing thing will not have a change because of my information got from my teacher. And you continue because sunrise never existed at any point of time. And you came to know after studying the science there is no sunrise. Still you enjoy the sunrise, a phenomenon which never happens at any point of time, but it is appearing right in front of me. This is the beauty towards the creation by the liberated person, and this is his outlook towards the liberation. Tasmad Advayata Shiva. So that non-dual Brahman is the only entity. Advayata Shiva. Where you can resort, where you can take rest, where you will feel the total bliss, where you will feel total serene. Shivam, an auspicious place. Knowing one's own real nature will settle all the personal and the social and the world problems immediately. You are totally peaceful. You don't have any other pressure. Unwanted pressures are gone. All are under the realm of duality. Once you come to know I am the non-dual Brahman, everything will immediately become calm. Advaita Shiva. The non-dual entity is the only highest reality in the world. All names and forms are superimposed on this. This is the reality which is to be understood. And immediately after getting this knowledge, one is immortal, free from all kinds of body limitations. This is the meaning of this verse. I would like to go through some sentences in the Sankara's commentary, which we will see in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanibhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshoparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkhapat Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om